Check the baby. Yeah. Thank you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just seen that. I just, when I was clicking on to put the Google Hangouts on, I seen you sent me a link. I'll have to look at that. So, um, that's for your CNBC. Let me pull that up real quick there, Gene. Okay. I will put that link on. Let's see. There we go. Let's see if I can put that up here. It won't let me do it there. Let me see. Too much. I'll have to edit it out just a second here. Gene give me a link to the story about him and his girlfriend. So I gotta do it. Be patient. I'm getting it. I have to erase all this stuff first. So, okay. See if that works. There we go. There's a link right there. Gene got it in there too. So there you go. I haven't read it yet, but I will read it. There it is. Good morning, Kevin Helming. Good morning, Brad. Marie Kaplinger, you're looking lovely as ever. Nice to have you all here. Von Neitzel, nice to have you here. Good morning. And Bobby Sprinkle, good morning. Anybody else I missed? Nice to have you all here. And I don't know what that perfume is she's wearing, but Jesus. Oh, God, man, about knocked you right out of the chair in here.
Well, you know what? DC
Hint?
Don't start running your mouth today.
I'm not, man. I feel like I'm eating it.
Well, it's that free.
Make sure that's done making.
I'm the one that put it in there.
I just made it.
Now,
Yes.
you drank the whole pot.
No, there was only this much in the pot. I just made the pot.
Get out of here.
Yes, I did.
Don't take credit of mine, idiot.
Feel, Cap, look at the water jug. It's full. Yes, I just made it.
No joke.
And there's two.
Pay attention to your people. Yeah, try that. Try that. I've got work to do, not my name keeps going.
I'm not feeling too bad. How you doing, Michelle Koyak? Nice to have you here. You're looking lovely as ever. I'm feeling a little bit better. Um,
You're always gonna be sick in the head.
I know it. I'm always going to be sick in the head. That's why I love her so much. She's so
Shut your mouth.
truthful.
You know what? You don't even know what the word is. Really?
Yeah. Ron says ding, 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 round one. Gene, while you're here, I just posted a video. So, making home style potato cakes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wait, that was how long ago?
Well, I've been sick.
Oh,
And I got up in the middle of the night and put it on so it can get processed. I'm doing better, I guess. Every day is better. So yesterday I was a little bit under the weather, but I felt a little better. I had to go out and put up a dog kennel. Then I did the dishes all up, made breakfast, and then I went in after I ate. I went in right now. So I'm still plenty weak, but I'm getting there, I guess. So that's right, Kevin can read. I have to sit down and have Kathy read it to me. Now, did you read it, Kevin, or was it a joint cooperation between you and your grandson? I'll read the small words, and then grandson, you read the big ones for me. Well, I hope you get better too, Michelle. Did you notice at the beginning of the article it said, "Dear readers, we are writing this slow because we know you can't read this too fast." So, but I scanned it, read most of it. There you go. I actually took speed reading in school, and I actually was pretty good. I could read around 2,200 words a minute and comprehend about 88% of what I read. So that's pretty good. Yeah. Maybe you got to get yourself a new doctor there, Michelle. Find yourself somebody different. I realize you're on Medicare, but I'm sure that you can find another doctor somewhere. Get all your medical records transferred, have a fresh set of eyes look at you. Maybe that would help. Um, it would probably help dramatically. There's, you get an old, you got the same doctor looking at you, and they just look at you all the time. Same old, same old. You get a new set of eyes looking at you, maybe something will be different. Good morning, Jerry. How are you doing this morning? Nice to have you here. Got to work today, Jerry, or are you just out and about loafing off again today? Where's our friend Gay Jerry been at? He hasn't been here in a couple of days. I kind of enjoyed Gay Jerry being here. I thought he was a nice guy. He always treated us decent, didn't he? you gotta get a different set of eyes on it. You know, maybe you get a different doctor. They try a different kind of treatment. That's the only thing I can say. I went to the same old schmuck for 4 years, and finally I gave up on him because it was the same thing. I wait in his waiting room for an hour and a half, and then I wait in his examining room for 2 hours just to see him for 10 minutes. Are we feeling any better? Do you still have this? Is there any prescriptions you need filled? All right, well, I'm going to have some blood drawn, and then you have a good day. We'll see you in 3 months. I waited all this time for that. Well, I'd be putting a fire underneath your lawyer's ass then there, Michelle. Because if this is taking you 20 years to go to court over all this stuff, something's definitely wrong. I realize you've been in a couple of accidents. It shouldn't be that. You should be able to tell your lawyer, I want this and this and this, and that lawyer had to be able to go to the other company and say, hey, this person's suffering. The more this person suffers, it's going to cost more. So, I don't understand why you can't. You should have been qualified for Social Security disability a long time ago. Stop outside. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. It is a fine morning. We're all above ground still. It's great. When I got sick, I filed for my disability. I was denied. I got a lawyer, filed again. I was denied 3 months. Got a lawyer, filed again, and in 3 months he had me at their doctors, and I was on disability. 6 months. It's about 7 months, I guess it was total. From the time I signed first time till the time I got my first disability or got approved. So, yeah. So I went into I said, my lawyer, I said, hey, give me a doctor's appointment with a Social Security doctor. And he did. I walked in there with my walker and everything, and the Social Security doctor looked at me and said, can you walk from here to that door? And the door is only like 10 feet. I said, yeah, I can. But you're going to probably pick me up 5 or 6 times before I get there because I can't walk without a walker. And my legs are so weak that I can't stand up without a walker. But if you want me to, I will. He said, no. He looked at my legs and the neuropathy and everything else I had. And I had cellulitis at the time and all this other good stuff and sciatica and, high blood pressure. And I was on blood thinners and the whole 9 yards. And man, you're done. You ain't never going to be another, productive worker again in your life like you were before. And that was their own Social Security doctor telling me that. And I was in his office about 20 minutes, in the examining room. Well, there's lawyers that will take it on consignment. Is this lawyer going to take any percentage of your Social Security when you get approved for it, Michelle? Because if he is, they're going to get 30. Most lawyers get 33 1/3, 1/3%, or 33 1/3%, 1/3 of what you get. If this lawyer's getting 1/3 of what you get, you tell him either to light a fire underneath his ass, or you're going to fire him and get somebody else that'll get it for you. Because the other lawyer's going to charge you 1/3 anyways too. So you might as well get your money when you can get it, or get it as fast as you can. So, and you have to be on. Now this is a kicker. You have to be on Social Security disability 2 years before you can get on Medicare. So, so you'll probably be able to keep your Medicaid insurance. So, because that's what sucks. And then you got, people, oh, you guys get free medical. No, you don't. I got to pay for it every month. I don't pay a lot. I pay $140 something, I believe, a month for my Medicare insurance. And then I pay for my prescription insurance. Plus, I pay out of pocket everything, So I live on a very limited income here. So, and I completely understand it, Michelle. And I'm sure there's a few other people out here that completely understand it too. It's hard. Don't let them step on you. And I didn't even get to have Medicare when I was I had to buy that Obamacare. And I had that Obamacare, and that was $800 a month for nothing. They absolutely did not pay jack. And everybody said, oh, that's national health care. Obamacare is great. No, it's not. It sucked. It sucked from the get-go. I paid $800 a month for me and Kathy for insurance. For that $800 a month, I had to pay $2,500 a year copay per person to go to the doctor. But I also had to pay my deductibles when I went to the doctor. So I would go to the doctor, and my deductible was $40. And then I had a $2,500 copay. Well, if your doctor bill is $180 and you pay 40 of it, that's $140. So you know how many times you got to go to the doctor in order to reach $2,500? You got to go to the doctor every 3 weeks to get your $2,500 before they start paying anything. Isn't that a racket? Well, then it's a $500 deductible for going to the emergency room, which, that's not bad. But it's $25,000 deductible to go to the hospital. They pay $25,000 of it, then after that it's 80/20 on certain things. I went to the hospital. My bill was $164,000, I believe, when I was there for. Huh?
Let's tell that problem. Quit being a landlord and go.
She said, "Quit being a landlord and go." But it was. I had to be ambulanced to the hospital. I was there for 7 days. So like $164,000, and my part of it, when it was all said and done, was $98,000. After they paid what they wanted to pay, they didn't pay for certain medicines. They didn't pay for certain IVs. They didn't pay for private rooms. And that's the only thing they have is private rooms at this hospital. It's 1 bed, 2 room, and they didn't pay for private rooms, so they downgraded it to like a 40% pay on the room. The intensive care, when I was in the ICU, they only give them $1,200 a day for ICU, and ICU was like $4,600 a day just for the room. So they paid a lot. Nice to have that Obamacare. Molly Gordon. All right, Michelle, we'll see you later. Or not Michelle. Marie. We'll see you later, Miss Marie. Molly Gordon, good morning. You're looking lovely as ever. I didn't say it. Step outside. You're looking lovely as ever, too. Sorry about that. You should have got it a long time ago. Yeah, I know. It doesn't cost you a dime to go to the VA. I went to the VA back in 1982 and was there for 9 hours, seeing the doctor for 5 minutes. And I said that was the last time I was ever going. And that was the last time I ever went. So, they treated you like shit back then. I hear it's better, a lot better now, but I, I don't need the VA now. I have this. So, I mean, if I had something catastrophically wrong that was going to cost millions of dollars, I'd go to the VA. You're welcome. By the way, Coping Along, if I didn't say it, I can't remember, but you're looking lovely as ever, too. So, yeah, me too. What was his name they said? Well, we got to pass it first and then we can read it to find out what's in it. Can you say that again? We have to pass that first so we can read it, then find out what's in it. Oh, okay. Huh. How many other things do you pass first and then read? Yeah. Fresh as a daisy, then, huh, Coping? But I couldn't believe they actually had the nerve to say that when they passed that. We have to pass this bill first, and then we can read it. Because it was like 1,100 pages or something like that. Change the White House to the doghouse. That's right. Yeah, that's good there, Copen. I agree. Bobby says, Kathy, my love, how are you doing? She's getting the grandkids up. The little ones. They actually love school, man. They can't wait to go. So, they hate going to bed early, but they can't wait to go. So, yeah, we have to jump on this plane and then pull a parachute, then put down the parachute. That's right. I don't know. He might have been talking to you. I have no idea. So, yeah. Good morning, beautiful. Make sure she hasn't got. She had a bloody nose last night, so make sure. She come in like, I got a bloody nose. I said, well, how'd you do that? She said, I said, then don't do that no more. Um, Dog sitting didn't go too good yesterday. So, hmm. Good morning, Alabama Bushcracker. How are you doing, Keith? Uh, well, I don't understand what you're asking, Coping. Who sat you? You use Jose Cuervo for pain. I got the wife got a brand. She's got a brand new bottle of Mexican tequila from Mexico out there. Oh, no, I didn't even make the connection there, Copen. Um, puppy sitting, excuse me, puppy sitting. My son and his new bride, they got themselves like a 12-week-old chocolate, or not chocolate lab, a black lab, and like a 10-week-old bulldog. And lo and behold, I've never heard of this before, but it's not nice to leave puppies home alone. So they need to be coddled and cuddled and played with and stuff. You don't leave them at home when there's nobody there. So they have to be babysitted. Never heard of that in my entire life. We used to raise dogs, never babysitted a damn one of them. When we went away, we put them in a box with some water and some food and some newspapers and an old towel that they could wrap up into if they needed to. And that's all the loving they needed. When we come back, they were happy to see us. Boy, were they happy to see you. Pull them out of the box, you take them outside, let them go potty. They come running back because they were so damn happy to see you. Oh no, you got to babysit them now for some damn reason. It's got to be politically correct or whatever. I have no idea. But the first thing them little muggers did when they come in here is the bulldog peed on the floor. She cleaned that up. She no more than turned around and he peed on the floor again. She cleaned that up, got him outside, walked him around for a little bit. They peed and come back in the house and peed again. So I put up the puppy corral and left them outside and with food and water in the shade so they weren't hot and they were playing with each other. Threw them a few toys in there so they'd have something to play with. And she brought them in the house around noon or so and what she brought them in and they peed in the house again. I said, well, she said, I'm done puppy sitting. I ain't bringing them little peeing bastards back in here. No.
I did not say that.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna knock you off the chair.
What'd you say?
No, every time I bring them in, they pee.
Right.
Or take it off.
No. They pee or take a dump.
Take them for a walk outside, they come in here. It's because they're changing at people's houses.
Right. So they were changing their environment. They come in and so she told them last night, no, you guys can just keep them at your house. So I don't know. She might run down there. It's only on Monday and Wednesday, so she might run down to their house on Monday. Huh? Oh, they're bringing them again, I guess. So I don't know. Nobody tells me nothing till right now. Eagle VP, good morning. Nice to have you here in Renda's World. Nice to have you here. You're looking lovely as ever. Gene says, I dare you, Kathy, to knock him off the chair. Some friend you are, Gene. Your parents left you in a box too there? And Kevin, yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. So, the Googler, Nate, how are you doing? Nice to have you here this morning. What do you get to do today there, Nate? Now, I'm trying to remember, Eagle VP, isn't your name Keith too? No. I believe it is. I can't remember, but I believe it is too. Trouble on the Mountain by Idaho Hillbilly. Oh, what did he get in trouble for? I used to get in trouble all the time. You got a convertible, there you go. You still here, Eagle BP? You made a video about it yesterday. We'll have to watch that. And Linda, she's living the life of Riley. Works at a campground. Isn't that special? Now, is that campground open year round, Linda, or not? Huh. October 21st, okay. Alexander, good morning. Nice to have you here. As high as a kite right now. Okay, New England too cold. Well, Alabama, don't get too high. You still got high winds over there, you know. Being high in a kite, you'd be flying away. I'll have to check out that video there, Googler. Yeah. I try not to do any of that stuff, double up on nothing. Um, I'm pretty fortunate. I take Tramadol for pain. It's 50 milligrams, two times or two. Take two at night, 50 milligrams each, and I got it refilled January, I think 3rd or something like that, and there was 60 tablets in there. There's probably 40 tablets still in that same prescription. So I don't use them that often, only when I extremely need them. Well, I bet, plus for all the moisture in the air and stuff, that I bet that's kicking your arthritis' ass right now, isn't it, there, Alabama? I can imagine the high pressure and the moisture in the air, humidity, and everything else going on down there. I bet that's really an ass kicker. Well, you are just a cutie. that both wait to go to school. They love it, man. So I got friends in school. So
Oh, you don't even talk to them, Keith. They don't talk to you.
yes, I have talked to both of them about school.
They don't even associate with you.
Yes, they do.
No,
Yes, they do.
no, I know they don't. Try that. When you mention Papa, it's like, no, no, no. They don't even want to discuss you. Do you?
Harley, do you got friends in school?
Well, now he's going to ask you, do you have friends in school?
I asked her yesterday, do you got friends in school? You got a lot of them? Yeah. Do you like school? Yeah. See, I asked her yesterday how they like school.
They don't. Come on, honey.
They do too
Get
like
away
school.
from the psychotic.
Yeah, the 4-year-old already knows how to do the gib slap there, Gene. So. Oh, I can imagine. I completely understand. I don't have the shrapnel, but in the knee and the hip where they put in the metal and stuff. I do get aches and pains in that. I shouldn't, but the arthritis is starting to grow. I have arthritis in basically about 80% of my body. So, the last time I was at the pain management doctor, they couldn't believe that I really didn't hurt a lot in the back because I have a major amount of arthritis in my vertebrae or my spine, whatever you want to call it. And that's I have a lot of bone deterioration down there. So. But yes, that was one of the grandbabies. That was Harley. So. Oh, I can imagine there, Googler. All right, there, Linda. You have yourself a good day. Nice to have you here. Take it easy. Take care. There is child labor laws there, Googler. Yeah. Yeah, we got 4 grandkids that live here along with my son. My wife watches them while he works. They're in school now, so which is good. She gets him off to school because he goes to work. He has to be to work at 6:30 in the morning, and I think the first one gets on the bus at like 6:45 or something like that. Then the two little ones get on the bus around 7:20. You're right. I used to go back to the woodshed all the time with my dad. The only problem was is we didn't have a woodshed. And you're not getting paid for all the chores. Yeah, there you go. So. I thought Democrats were the weaker stuff. That's funny. I put out a video yesterday, a rant. Just don't. Don't squish it. I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but don't squish it. I'm not advocating going out and burning your clothes that you already got, but don't buy any more. No sense of burning what you have, but don't buy any more. Protest that way just by don't buying them. So. That's all that lives with us. There's just 4. He has a 5th one. She lives with her mother. He has 5 children by 3 different women. He was 18 when he had his first one, and she was born 3.5, 4 months premature. She weighed 1 pound 18 ounces, or 1 pound 14 ounces, and the mother of the child was on vacation, walked into a McDonald's restaurant, went to the bathroom, and she had the baby in the bathroom in West Virginia. So the baby was down there for 2 months before they could life flight it up to Toledo to bring it closer to home. And her name's Caitlin. And then he was off to college and met up with a girl there. They got married and they had 2 kids. And he got divorced. He got the kids. Then he met up with another woman a few years later. Got married and had 2 kids and got divorced, and he got the kids and she didn't. So he's got custody of 4 kids. And the mothers are supposed to pay child support. Now, he pays a month in child support. The other 2 mothers combined would take 4 months to pay him for those 4 kids in child support. For what he pays in 1 month for one of his kids, for the oldest kid. I don't think that's right whatsoever, I think one of them pays $65 a month or something, and the other one pays $92 for 2 kids. He pays almost $400 a month for 1 kid. So, and that's where the child support is wrong around here, I believe, because should be equal to everyone. So, but it's not. He got the kids. He should have had a better lawyer. There you go, Alabama. That's right. Yeah, it's a newer video. It was just put out yesterday. So. Huh. Okay, tell us. So. But anyways, then my son, my youngest son, he got married back in June. And when he got married, she had 2 girls, and now that's 2 other grandkids. So we have 7 grandkids total now. So. All right, that's fine. So, if you haven't seen it, you can go ahead and watch it later. It don't matter. I was just my rant. I ain't even checked it. I don't think it'll even get monetized because somebody will. I'll hurt somebody's feelings over it because that's the way it is. So oh well. And it won't be somebody that's a subscriber to me. There'll be somebody that comes out of the blue. You hurt my little feelings. Oh, well. Huh. That's too bad, Alexander. Sorry to hear that. That's right, Junkyard. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Jenny, how are you doing? Nice to see you here. I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry. You're looking lovely as ever. Glad to have you here. You don't have to take off so quick. Sorry about that. The other day I said hi to you and then you walked out and said, well, nobody wants to say hi, goodbye. Sorry about that, Jenny, but yeah. I'm sorry I didn't see you. I was busy talking about something, but thank you for showing up and you're looking lovely as ever. Hey, yeah, that's right. Just shout out Monkey every once in a while if there's left us out. Yeah, did you guys all know Monkey is a racist term now? You can't go to the zoo and say, look at all the monkeys, because that's racist. I don't understand it. Just because somebody said quit monkeying around with the system. Oh, you called him a racist. You're a racist because you called him a monkey. No, he didn't. He said quit monkeying around with the system. Yeah, pretty soon you have to call it the M-word. Well, these cuts and shutdowns, it's always been able to be okay. And you are lucky there, Alabama. M&M's. There you go. Huh. Oh, yeah. You're right, Kevin. And huh. Well, my grandson got in a little bit of trouble yesterday, and it's cool. I only got one grandson. The rest of them are all granddaughters. So um, he doesn't like to wait to give an answer. So when a teacher asks a question, he'll blurt out the answer, and he got in trouble for that because he doesn't raise his hand and then wait for her to call him. He automatically yells out the answer. So, um, and they get upset about that. So, which I think, in a way is okay, but in a way, um, you're actually hindering the kid from wanting to learn. And um, but then again, he should raise his hand and wait to be called on. So, Do you know where the term monkey wrench come from? Yeah, from the old pipe wrench. It's called a monkey wrench because anybody could use it. All you had to do was turn the knob and anybody could use it. How old is he, Googler? Now the girls ain't so hard.
Do you know something about it?
You don't. The sixth grade. Okay. I remember years ago, back in the '60s, when they were showing. Uh, it was actually called the monkey wrench back then, which was a pipe wrench. But they had a pipe with a great big nut on it, you know, and they had a monkey there, and a monkey sitting there, and he put it on there. That was probably 68, 69, maybe 70. I remember watching that on a commercial. So easy, even a monkey could do it. And it was actually they were called adjustable wrenches at the time. But huh. Well, that doesn't sound too good there, Googler. So is he out of school for a while or what? Yep. Right in people, yeah. Yeah. Huh. I didn't know that there, Alabama. But I do remember the commercial where they used to have a monkey with a pipe up there and it had a nut on it, and he put the wrench on it and he adjusted it. I don't know how long it took him to train him to do that, but that's, you know. Good morning, Big Steve. How are you doing? Yeah. You got a few left-handed pipe wrenches there too, Junkyard? Yeah, me too. I've got two boxes of nails out there in the garage too. One's for the left side of the, the roofing nails. One's for the left side of the roof, and the other one's for the right side of the roof. Because the heads on the nails are on the different sides. So, huh? Well, sorry to hear that, Google. Yeah, but that's your entire life that way, there, Big Steve. guys hear about the guy that turned 100 years old on his birthday? Guy sits up in bed and he says, Hans, I'd like to thank you for 100 years of doing whatever I needed you to do for me. You've grabbed things, you've held things, you've carried things, you've lifted things, you've held tight everything I've ever needed. Happy birthday, Hans. You're 100 years old today. Looks down at his feet and he said, Feet, I want to thank you for doing everything you've done for me for the last 100 years. You've carried me around, you've walked through mud, you've walked through rain, you've walked through snow, you've went through everything I've ever asked you to go through. And you've carried me everywhere I've ever wanted to go. Happy birthday, Pete. He looks down at his midsection and says, and you'd be 100 years old today too if you hadn't died 50 years ago. Ba-dum-bum. JC Detox Diva, good morning. You're looking lovely as ever. Nice to have you here. All right there, Kevin, you have a great one, man. We'll see you later. Yeah, that would be something there. Um, I don't even know what the hell they would do normally. Well, because there's a special circumstance with your son there, but um, normally here, they you ought to if you get caught fighting in school here, they normally take you right to Morris Pierce campus, which is a youth detention center, and that's where you go. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're there, and the next day you get to see a judge, and the judge says, "Well, if you're there or not, if you're there, if you're there, if you're not, you're not," and you're kicked out of school for a couple of weeks. Now, fighting with a teacher is a different thing. That's automatic detention for the rest of the school year. Bringing a weapon to school is an automatic detention for the rest of the school year. Sometimes it's a permanent suspension forever. So, and I don't know how they can do that if you're younger than 16, and they can suspend you from public school forever. So, but it does happen. It has happened here. As far as your situation there, Googler, I have no idea. If it was here, he'd probably be lucky if he got to go back to school until next year. The rest of the year suspension, and you'd probably have to homeschool him or whatever. So, you're right. He probably would have, and that's it's a serious thing. Well, the cotton gin was invented by a black man. What's his name? I can't think of his name now, but it's he's a really important man. Um, Andy Law, good morning. Nice to have you here. George Carver, I believe that's his name. That invented George Washington Carver. That's his name. Invented cotton gin. There's a lot of a lot of black inventors. They've done a lot of good for this world. So, um, I think George Washington Carver actually he didn't invent the peanuts, but he found out what to do with peanuts. Uh, you know, so. But the cotton gin was a revolutionary industrial machine. I mean, it revolutionized the cotton world. Huh. It'd have to be self school. Yeah. Used to have guys bring in M80s, light them, and then flush them down the toilet. Boom! They used to have a whole stock load of toilets in the maintenance department. Until they found out, they'd have the doors open, and when they hear a loud explosion, they just start watching people because it was always done during the middle of the day or during class. And they caught two guys doing it, and they ended up having to pay for several toilets and to replace them and to replace the plumbing. It ended up being several $1,000s. So, I don't blame you there, Googler. Don't blame me at all. You used to sell M1000s at school on the 4th of July. You guys were at school on the 4th of July? Huh. And still, there you go. Yeah. There, Googler. And if he is, when's the last time he was, checked with his meds? Maybe he needs to be, updated or, whatever they call it. Summer school, okay. Yeah, you like being home? Well, boot camp, he should be up by now. Hey, give me a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see. That can probably be up there, Googler. That's funny there, junkyard. Smoke coming out of the pocket. Good morning, Tammy Sprinkle. You're looking lovely as ever. Nice to have you here. Sorry about the little absenteeism. I had to make a pot of coffee and then nature called, so I figured I'd get it all done at one stop. Huh. I'm a joker. I'm a smoker. I'm a midnight toker. That's from the 60s or 70s. I think it's actually 60s. Ooh. Playing your music in the sun. That's right. Life was a lot better back in the 70s and 80s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Wasn't so complicated. It was respect, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Everything was honky dory. Wasn't complicated. You knew where you stood. You know, if you didn't stand for something, you'd fall for everything. You know, now, not so much. And people born in the in the 90s, middle 90s, they don't see it. You know, because they've never had what we had. It's always been technology with them. So, you know, they all think we're stupid because we're not technically advanced like they are. But everything we say, you know, what it used to be like, oh, that's just horse crap. You know, it's not. It's not horse crap. Things were better back then. And if you're old enough to remember it, you'll agree they were better. Times were great. We didn't have money, but you had your family. Yeah. I mean, you went and did stuff. You know, you went to the beach. You went to, the parks. We went on, when I was a kid, we went on a family vacation. And the funnest times we had is we pull over off the road, where just where pull offs were. And there'd be a river there, when we were down south. And my dad would would buy a couple of watermelons or whatever and would shove them in the river and put some rocks on top of them to hold them there. So the river water would run over and get them cold. And we'd play in the river for a couple of hours, and then have a picnic. You'll never hear of any of that stuff happening anymore. Hell, the rivers anymore, you can't swim in because they're so polluted that, you'd go by the time you got out of them. But this is back in the 70s and everything was different back then. I don't know. I have no idea, Junkyard. So, went and seen all the monuments in Washington, D.C. Huh? I don't know. I can't hear you. I can't. You're talking to the computer. But things have changed. They've really changed a lot in the last 20 years, 25 years. So, anybody got anything they want to talk about? Hopefully, Googler that, maybe this will help your son out, straighten him out, I guess. You see him doing dishes yesterday? Okay. I'll have to watch that video. Um, yeah. Sometimes a little hard work will, change somebody's attitude. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So, um, but you were talking about he's, going through puberty and all this other stuff, and uh, you might want to have his levels rechecked again because it might be totally different now. So, Michelle, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. Welcome back there, Casey. Oh, that's good. Like I know about kids. I don't know nothing. I don't know anything. I only know what you tell me or what you said you told me. I said yesterday that my daughter was going to college. It was her second week. I didn't know she was going to college. Nobody ever told me a damn thing about it. Boys World, how are you doing? Nice to have you here. Well, you changed your name like you change underwear there, Boys World. Nice to have you here, man. Oh, yep, it wounds you. We are always the last to know. You're right. John Franco, good morning. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. Guys, if you don't know everybody up in here, go ahead and check out their account, or go ahead and check out their channel. Show them some channel love if it's something you're interested in. Go ahead and show them some channel love. If you're not interested in their channel or what they have to offer, that's fine. And I'm sure if you show them some channel love, they'll probably show it back to you. Huh? That's pretty cool. Yeah, the Roomba. Be my luck if I don't have a Roomba, but if we had a Roomba, it'd be my luck. I'd walk out in the middle of the night and that thing would be moving around and I'd step on it and break my neck. I'll have to check that video out that you put out there, John. I heard about it. I just haven't been able to watch it yet. What gets me is that the Roomba, that NCIS. They're at a crime scene and they got all these little things marked down where all bullet casings are and stuff, and all of a sudden the bullet casings are missing. I don't know where they went. They look underneath the couch and they scream, "Oh, something's underneath there!" And all of a sudden, this little Roomba comes walking out, or rolling out of there, and Gibbs steps on it and smashes it. John's video has gone through the roof. I'll have to look at it. Damn, you got 30,000 views on your. Wow. That's going to be a moneymaker for you there. Oh, and then you got 1.1 thousand crybabies that give you a thumb down. So, yeah. I'll have to watch it there, John, without, or when I can turn it on when I can turn on the sound. Well, good job there, John. Yeah. 30,000 views since the day before yesterday, right? Or yesterday or whatever. That's good, John. Man, that is really good. It's one of those vacuums that run around your house by itself. Yeah, I have to read the comments and stuff, you know. Well, I think the only thing you had to put down was burn Nike or whatever. So, yeah. But I'm impressed. I really am. And probably by the end of the week, you'll probably have 1 million views on it. Gone viral. You got 1,665 comments. Holy crap. And excuse me for saying, but this Benson, he sounds like an ass bag. Well, let me. Somebody wrote the other day, if you don't want your Nikes, take them and donate them to the homeless veterans. And I posted right back to them. The homeless veterans wouldn't take them either because they have standards themselves. So. Yeah, 1 million would be nice, wouldn't it? Hopefully you can get, they can get monetized on it, because 1 million views, and if it's not monetized, doesn't mean nothing, because you're not going to get anything for it. But I mean, you'll have the stature of that. But I see that there's an ad on it already to stop getting ads. So maybe, I don't know if that's going to pay you anything or not, but that would be nice. Is everybody else impressed with John's? I am. So. Yeah, I know your channel has been monetized since June, but will they monetize that video? That's the thing. If they monetize your video, then you're golden. But um, you know they should monetize it because there's this other guy, Rant with a Gram or whatever, everyday rants with a Gram, and he's got like 45,000 channel followers, and he did a rant about Nike, and there was commercials on that one. So you're welcome, John. Well, I'm glad it is monetized. You would think Adidas and other shoe companies would get in on this commercial stuff. So there you go. Yeah, I had the same thing there too, Jerry. I didn't know that I didn't know he did a Nike commercial, and then when I seen 30,000 views on it, wow. So, Josh Babcock, how are you doing? Nice to have you here. That's totally acceptable there, Casey. I understand. I respect your opinion too, there, Casey. If somebody wants to disagree, I respect their opinion to disagree with me. I really do. But if they want to argue, uh, first, when you say, "Hey, I don't agree with that," and then the first thing they say is, "Well, listen here, you moron." That's when I totally just respect and disagree with whatever you're going to say. Because if you have to resort to calling names first before you even bring up a valid argument, then it's not even worth my time spending with the person to argue their opinion. You know, but if you have a valid opinion and I have a valid opinion, and you want to, argue the opinion to one another, that is fine. I have no problems with that. I respect everybody else's opinions. I really do. I didn't know they had an auction going on for the Roy Rogers Museum. All right, Casey, you have a great one. We'll see you later. All right. Well, we'll have a great day there, Casey. God bless you. You take care too. You've learned to stay quiet. $266,000. You figure Trigger would have sold a lot for a lot more than that. Hugs back to you too, Casey. You have a great one. Well, you got to have a saddle for Trigger. What'd the saddle sell for? Big people, a lot of people nowadays don't even know who Roy Rogers was. He's the only one to ride Tornado. Yeah, it is a sad thing. People your age don't know who Roy Rogers is. Roy Rogers once said, "I never met a man I didn't like." You've sat in that saddle? That's pretty cool, there, Junkyard. Seen her in Green Bay Wackies live stream? He did. You said hello a long time ago there, Rochelle. I will tell everyone how to make That's pretty cool. Ray the fam, good morning. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. That trick writing is something that that's really something to watch. A lot of times they do it so fluently, it's motionless, or whatever. It's one big fast motion and they're there. Well, that's good, Ray. Dog went for $35,000. Wow. Huh. Eight bedroom, five bath house. That's a pretty big house. My aunt, she lives in Mantoon, Illinois, and she's got a 6,500 square foot house that she built. She lives there all by herself with two dogs. She's got an elevator in it. It's five bedrooms, seven bathrooms. The living room is like 36 by 40. This thing is huge, this house. So it's a great big room. It's a great big house. And The reason why she built it so big is she wanted to have the biggest house on the lake, and there was a guy that was building a house, and she went over and looked at it, and she said she had to have hers bigger than his, and when she started building it bigger than his. Now she has the biggest house on the lake. Just don't turn your back to him there, Jerry. No. But hey, that's okay. They're still for sale. So, I still got to get a hold of them because I got a T-shirt and I got a hoodie. The hoodie, you can see the Iron Dog on it really good. The T-shirt, you can't. There's some reason it looks like a totally different color red. And I'm going to take a picture of both of them and send it to them. Say, how come this looks this way and this looks that way? You know. Would you bring me that package of the hoodie and the sweatshirt or the T-shirt, please, so I can show these?
Okay.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Something happened.
Anyways, see that? See how nice you can see that? And it is bright, and you can see it. It's hard to see on the screen.
Well, I mean, they probably knew. They looked at you.
Now, look at that. You can barely see it. Now, how come it's bright on the hoodie, but it's not bright on here? It looks like a totally different color. So, and I'm assuming that's what your sticker looks like too there, Junkyard, because the coffee cup looks the same damn way. And I'm going to take a picture of my coffee cup, the hoodie, and the sweatshirt all in the same picture and ask them how come the color is so different. There you go. Now the sweatshirt looks, the hoodie looks great. So that's pretty cool there, Junkyard. I'll read that later. Helicopter, how are you doing? Nice to have you here. I'm doing better and better every day. How about you? Chinese informant. Well, thanks, Big Steve. I posted home style potato cakes video this morning. Good, working on your content. That's great, Helicopter. I will bring up the link for you. Here's the link. And here's a link to my PayPal if anybody wants to donate to the channel. They decided to make Colin Kaepernick their 30-year spokesperson, campaign spokesperson. 20 girls, good morning. How are you doing? Oh, you're welcome. Oh. But I don't make any money on them. I think that hoodie is $20, and actually it sells for like $19.88 or something like that. So I just rounded everything off to the nearest dollar or the nearest half or whatever. Like the coffee cups are $8. That's exactly what I have to pay for them. So it's $8 plus your shipping. The stickers, I don't. What are they? $2 a piece or something like that? I don't know. And if you buy one, it costs $2.50 to ship it. But if you buy two, you know, it goes down or whatever. So. Yeah, I guess you'll be working for the NFL. Yeah. Yeah, Nike is a scam. So they don't care about Collins, you know, protest or whatever. They're hoping that, you know, all the other people that hate them, they don't care about them people either. They hope the other people that hate the other people that hate the other people will love Nike and spend money at Nike because they hate it. So, you know. All right. So, but that's exactly why Nike done it. But they lost $3.75 billion the first day in stock out, you know, in their stocks. I don't know how much they lost yesterday or if it's still going down, but I have no sympathy for them. And, you know, people, we can disagree or we can agree or whatever, but I think it's pure disrespect. So, I also think, which is disrespect, is if you come from another country to become here, to live here as a citizen, I think it's pure disrespect too that you fly the other country's flag that you come from. I think that's pure disrespect. Why did you leave your country if it was so damn great to come here to live so you could fly their flag? If it was so damn great, go back there and fly that flag. There, not here. So I think it's just pure disrespect. Because I'm not doing it to make money on it, Michelle. What little bit of money is made on it's going to go for charity. So there's only 10, 20 cents or whatever on each thing sold. So there ain't nothing being made on them. So That's right, there, John. You're right. They never carried it. They have never cared about the American flag. They've never cared about nothing. And in fact, all their stuff is made in sweatshops with laborers that are making 20 to 50 cents an hour or whatever, nothing more than that. And a lot of it's child labor. And they got like $1.50 into every pair of shoes or whatever. That's material labor and everything. And they're selling them for 150, 200 bucks. Now, who's the idiots? The ones buying them for 150 or 200 bucks. That's the idiots. And I'm not saying you guys are idiots for buying it, but I'm talking, I would never pay that much for a pair of shoes. I have a coronary when I go in and find out tennis shoes are $30 or 40 bucks. I don't pay for that because they're not worth it because they don't last that long. Work boots. I used to buy Red Wing work boots, and I would pay $195 to $225, whatever it was, for a pair of good work boots. But I had a pair of good work boots that would last me for at least a year. And if you took care of them, they'd last even longer than that. I used to get a pair of brand new work boots every year. Company would pay for them, and a brand new pair of tennis shoes. And if I took care of my old work boots, I could make them last 2 years. I used to have work boots in the closet, brand new, still in the box. Then when we parted ways, I went to work for another company, and I started wearing the newer work boots, so. That's up until like September 21st or something like that. Then I got to re-up it again, that campaign for the Teespring. No, it ain't worth getting the money. It's only 20 cents. You know, what you're getting at, what you're buying it for is basically of what it costs to make the item. And the only person that's getting a profit is the company that's making it. They're not going to do it for free. So they charge. The hoodies are like $19.80 or 86 cents or something like that. I think it's 20 bucks is what I'm charging, so only like 14 cents or whatever. I rounded it up to the nearest dollar. Coffee cups are $8. $8 right out the door. That's what they are, is $8 plus your shipping. So, and that's all I'm charging is $8. That's, if they were $7.95, I'd charge you $8. If they were $8.95, I'd charge you $9. But I'm not making nothing off it. Just a nickel, 10, 15, 20 cents or whatever. And it's all going, I didn't even set up the account to be paid for it. I put it on for charity. So, yeah. Yeah, them boys for the NASCAR, they know how to stand for the national anthem. I guess you just got to have pride in your country or whatever. So. But I'm actually impressed there, John, about that video. That's pretty cool. And I'm equally impressed that you're going to take clothes and donate them to the homeless shelter. I'm equally impressed about that, too. They do it because people say, oh, I got to have them. And that's why they do it. You can only keep it up for 30 days at a time there, Michelle. Then you have to re-up the campaign. So the day it shuts down, I'll re-up it again. So it'll still be up. So uh, let's see what it says actually. I got 12 days, 15 hours, 36 minutes, and 22 seconds, or 20 seconds left on this campaign. And then when that campaign's over with, all I do is go back in and re-up it for another 30 days. So yeah, no child labor. You're right. So they are better. The price, like I said, I'm selling them to what I get. If you opened up a Teespring account and you went in and you made your own design, you'd find out that I'm not charging you nothing. If anything, just a few cents, just to round it up to the nearest dollar. So you're right, there, junkyard. There is very little respect in this country anymore. People don't respect elders. They don't respect the flag. They don't respect the law. They don't respect a bunch of stuff. Uh, you know, and it was all due to their bringing up. So that's pretty cool. Their helicopter. I'll have to check that out. You're right, Grizz. We are, and a lot of it had. I think a lot of it had to go with not being able to scold your kids when you needed to. Um, they brought it out. If you spank your child, that's child abuse. And the teachers in the school systems would say, "Hey, if mommy and daddy spanks you, you let us know." And that's what happened. A lot of people were getting afraid to say anything to their kids, because if you said something to their kids and they went to school, you might not have your kids no more. And that was the worst thing they ever done. Well, besides taking prayer out of school, and people, well, there's different religions and everything else. Well, okay, there is different religions. But I see now they're allowing the Muslims to have their prayer time. They get to go into a separate classroom and have their prayer time. Why is that allowed? But you can't allow, they don't allow prayer in school anymore. Or the Pledge of Allegiance. They don't say the Pledge of Allegiance anymore either. I bet you can't find, out of 20 kids, I bet you can't find 5 kids that can say the Pledge of Allegiance that are under the age of 10 years old. It's a 2-2 challenge? Okay. You're right. It ain't about beating your kids. You're right there, Grizz. I have no idea. Um, um, it does. And there's the other problem. It's hard to spend, lasting quality time with your family when um, years ago, a guy working 40 hours a week could afford a house payment, a car payment, buy groceries, pay for the electrical, the heating, and still have money put in the bank, working 40 hours a week. Now it takes two people 40 hours a week to make ends meet, and they still can't make ends meet. And you got to get one of them has to get a second job, so you don't have time for family. Everything's went up. The cost of electricity, the cost of gas, the cost of food, gasoline, insurance, house payments, everything has went up except for everything has went up with at such a rate, and wages have not caught up with it. There's no way that you should have to work 80 hours a week just to live. You're not even living, you're just surviving. You're not living. You're living to go to work for another day so you can pay for something else. I know they don't pledge allegiance anymore anywhere. I think that's wrong. Good morning, Bama Grits. You're looking lovely as ever. Nice to have you here. Well, minimum wage is set for, it's not supposed to be a wage to live on. These jobs that offer minimum wage are supposed to be for kids getting into the workforce, and then they graduate and go into a different workforce, or go into a steady workforce. McDonald's flipping burgers was not designed to be a full-time job while you're 30, 40 years old and trying to live off of that. That was for kids in high school and in college for supplemental income. Now, the management positions are a different thing because they pay a lot better money. But minimum wage for flipping burgers or anything like that, those jobs weren't designed to be full-time jobs for you to live on. Union wages. I was a union man. I was a union man for years. Union wages. I believe everybody should be paid fair for what they do. As far as, like union wages for flipping burgers, $15 an hour for flipping burgers. Are you kidding me? They can't even get the order right. I was a garbage man for 25 years. I topped out at $16.82 an hour, and I was driving a truck that weighed 70,000 pounds, or pulling, a roll-off trailer and a truck that weighed 127,000 pounds. Okay, $16.52 an hour, I believe, is what I got. Was my top pay. I mean, I made more than that because I was on the incentive program. The faster I worked, the harder I worked, the more money I made. But my base pay was $16.52 an hour, and that was in 2005. And right now, that same company, their base pay for that job is $18.75 an hour. So it's only went up $2.20 some cents in the last 12 years. Where is that right? So, don't get me wrong, I made damn good money as a garbage man. But I worked my rear end off. I'm telling you, I worked From the time I got up at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, would go to work, and I would be to work, and I would work till 6 o'clock at night most of the time, get home.
Finish that story. I can't wait.
What? And then I would get home, eat dinner, take a shower, and most of the time pass out on the couch. Get up and go to
It
bed.
was not a family.
You know, and because I was working 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
So
Talking on your CVs. Wham. Yeah.
you're right. Laborers and construction workers and stuff like that, they should all have a living wage. It should be a living wage. But like McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's and stuff, that that was designed in Taco Bell. All those jobs were designed for college kids and high school kids. The management positions in there were designed for the adults. But now you've got all these 40-year-old people in there flipping burgers and handing you a sack out the window, which means you have to drive around again, come back through the front door, hand them the sack and say, "Can I have my order, please?" You know, like the comedian says, there ought to be a third window in the McDonald's. First window you pay, second window you get your stuff, third window you take back the stuff that you didn't get, or you take back the stuff that wasn't yours, so you can get your order. But laborers, construction workers, factory workers, and all that had to be a living wage. It should be right up there with what it costs to live. Because if it was, then there won't be profit. Yes, there will be profit. They won't get their hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars a year profit, but they'll still get their profit. Wages don't count for nothing on profitability. Who was it that just the tax cuts that Donald Trump just gave out? One company got $29 billion in tax cuts, but they give out to all their employees $2,000 in raises, which never come anywhere near the $29 billion that they got in tax cuts, which was actually a raise for them. So they can raise the wages up 25, 30, 40%, and it's still not going to cut. It'll cut into some of their profitability, but it's not going to cut into all of it. They're still going to make a huge profit, most of these companies. And politicians, they ought to make $40,000 a year, period. No paid vacation, no retirement, and no insurance. $175,000 a year. They work about 35 days a year, 40 days a year. Rest of the time, it's back and forth, back and forth. Oh my God, I got to go on a campaign trail. All this other stuff. They get $5 million a year to staff their office, each one of them. Pay for all their office stuff and their travel expenses and all this other stuff. My God, people. Let's go with 535 ropes, hang each and every one of them bastards, and get some new people in there that'll do us right. You're right. The full-time jobs ought to be a living wage there, Chris. You are right. But like I said before, McDonald's wasn't designed for full-time employment. It was designed for actually McDonald's, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Burger King. They were all designed for the high school kids, and they were supposed to be supervised by a couple of adults as managers. It was all supposed to be kids coming into work, and they had an adult supervisor there, or two of them per shift or whatever, which were managers, to watch them, to take care of them, to watch over them, to make sure everything went right, to handle the stress of the job or whatever. But there's just too many of them that decided to stay at McDonald's or whatever and still flipping burgers, working 26 hours a week, and not making enough money to live on. So they got to work a second job, and they got to work a third job. Huh. Um, I don't know. I don't know if he's mixed or not. Uh, I don't know whatsoever, but I do know that he was raised by, he was adopted by a white couple, and they raised him. They showed him love, everything else the guy needed, the kid needed. They gave him everything he wanted, everything he needed. They showed him love. So you're right. There's not enough high-paying jobs to go around anymore. So, what was it a few years ago? One of the Democratic senators decided, maybe we should retire everybody over the age of 55. Give them $1 million each. Okay, have them pay off their car. They have to pay off their car, or pay off their house, buy a new car, and then they can live on that $1 million plus get their Social Security or whatever. And somebody said, "Well, that's a great plan," and they were all for it. Well, then they started to figure it out. It would cost them $40 trillion to do it. So somebody wasn't adding numbers where they should have added numbers. Well, thank you, TCTV, and you're looking lovely as ever too. Yeah, he is very popular now. Have to check and see how many he's up to now. Uh, wow, when I first started, he had 30,082 views. Now he's got 30,564 views. Getting bigger and bigger by the minute. Yeah, where's my millions? That's all I got to say about that. You're right. There you go. You're right. Um, Years ago, I applied for a county job. They were looking for a truck driver. They could pull doubles, and they had some experience with some heavy equipment. Well, I could run a loader, and I've run a roller, and I've run a backhoe, and I was a doubles driver. So I went in and applied for it. The guy that got the job happened to be a brother of another guy that worked there, and they were training him to drive. So you figure out how that happens. You made $5 so far. All right, but see, huh? Well, you don't know really because it should be 2 days behind. So yeah, you never know what video will go viral. You're right. So, but they were starting out like 18.75 an hour or something like that. And the guy is getting $18.75 an hour to be trained how to drive. He never didn't have a driver's license, and he didn't know how to operate his machinery, but he knew somebody, his brother. So they're paying him the same wages they would have paid me, and they didn't have to train me. Yeah, because you should be able to get 30,000 subscribers, or close to it, or 20,000. At least all the people that like the video. Okay, Michelle. You do a video burning your Wrangler shoes. I think he said he'll be right back, so I don't know where he went. But thank you, Bama. Yeah, he doesn't have shoes. Grizz is a hillbilly. He used to wear socks, but it confined his toes so bad, so he just cut the toes out. Now he's got stockings. I tell you what, the best work boots I ever had were Red Wings. And I don't know if you guys ever had them or not, but I like a Red Wing work boot. And I used to get the Canadian OSHA approved Red Wing, because the Canadian OSHA approved, their standards on their steel toe is twice as thick as the American standard. So their steel toe could, instead of handling like 2,800 pounds of force or whatever, their steel toe could handle like 4,800 or 56, whatever it was. But it was twice as much. The steel shank on the on the sole of the shoe was twice as thick. And when you walk in the landfill and stuff, you get all those sharp objects and stuff that can actually puncture. It was great, man. I would never get any other kind of work boot other than a Canadian spec Red Wing. They are heavy. I mean, it's a heavy shoe. But I'm telling you, after your legs get used to it, I used to have to run with them all the time on the back of a garbage truck. I'd jump on and off. And when I was doing the city of Dundee, and this is when I was younger, I was 27, 28. I would hop on the back of the truck and we'd start the city of Dundee. And the only time I ever got back on the truck is when we was turning the corner to go around the block. I was constantly running from on the back of the truck, from garbage bag to garbage bag to, stop to stop. And we would pick up 700 homes. We'd start at 6 a.m. in the morning. And we'd pick up 700 homes. And we'd be done by 10:30 in the morning. And we didn't get paid by the hour. We got paid by the day. So that would make your hourly rate by the time we got back, it would be 12 o'clock and dumped. By the time we got dumped and everything and punched out, it would be 12 o'clock. So it would be, we started at We left the yard at 5:30, so I clocked in at 5:30. So you did 6.5 hours, and they took your day rate and they took it and divided it by that. You know how many hours, and it equaled out to what you got paid per hour, and it was like 18.50 an hour, $19 an hour. And then you'd clock out, and then they would say, "Hey, you want to go do something else?" Well, then you'd clock back in. Now they got to pay you that 18.50 an hour for the rest of the day, plus overtime. So, and that's the way it was great. I mean, they made up the routes. Um, they tried doing it up in Detroit one time, and they decided to give 10 cents a house to these people that were throwing trash. Well, they didn't realize that these people were picking up, you know, 1,500 homes or 2,000 homes a day. You know, it was only a 2-bag limit. You know, so 2 bags per house. You stopped, you picked it up, because they were doing these subdivisions. Some of these places were 3 times a week. You know, you went in Monday, you went in Wednesday, and you went in Friday and picked them up. So they had a 2-bag limit every day, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Well, they were paying these places, these guys 10 cents a piece, a house. The driver got 10 cents, the shagger got 10 cents. Oh, when you're picking up 2,000 homes at 10 cents a piece, that's pretty good money, and you're done by 11 o'clock. And then these guys would go out and do some more stuff, They'd clock them out and then say, "Hey, go do this," and they'd go do some more stuff. These guys were making $400 or $500 a day, and it was like 3 or 4 weeks before the company finally caught on and said, "Hey, man, we're losing our hind end on this deal." So, I've been missing out on Red Wings and Irish Setters. There you go. Yeah. I've never wore out a pair of Red Wings. Never. And I've walked in everything. Now, I did have, well, I can't say that. I did have a pair of Red Wings one time disintegrate on me. And that's because I stepped into a puddle of something at a chemical company, and my feet started burning when I got home, and what the heck, and so I washed my feet really good, and I soaked them in some Epsom salt and some baking soda, and I stepped in some kind of chemical. That next morning, I went to put on my boots, and when I did, the whole bottom fell right out of it. And my skin on my toes was peeling away. I had to went to a company doctor, and they looked at it. They gave me some stuff for it. It was 3 or 4 months before it started to heal up right. I didn't get open sores or nothing, but it just kept peeling skin away. And it was chlorine. Basically, it was the company was Biolab, and they made pool chlorine. And basically, this was a puddle of nothing but pure chlorine that I stepped in. So I ended up getting a new pair of boots. The company, they got a hold of the factory that I did this at, and they wanted to know what the chemical was, because they didn't know what was going on, and they ended up reimbursing me for they paid for a new pair of boots and everything. And the pair of pants that I wore that day actually turned the bottom 3 or 4 inches of it white. And they were dark blue work pants. So it bleached out my pants and everything, the pant legs. And so we had a judge and his wife. Now, judge, being smart, you would think they're intelligent. They decided one day that they had a bunch of muriatic acid, and they thought they would just throw it in. They had it in a box, and they just thought they'd throw it away with the trash. Well, the garbage vans were packing the trash away, and all of a sudden, they weren't glass bottles, but they were plastic bottles, and they burst it open, spraying both of them. Well, immediately started eating their clothes and everything, and or was it sulfuric acid? I think maybe it was battery acid or whatever. And they called for, the clothes were smoking and everything. They were peeling off the shirts and they were burning. They ended up calling the ambulance and took both of them to the hospital, and they got treated and released. And the company ended up suing, I guess, the judge, which was hard to do, but they ended up having to pay for the hospital bill and all the other stuff, and they paid. The judge actually paid the guys' wages, the two guys' wages for 2 weeks while they were off work, and complete wages, what they would have earned if they were working, a bunch of other stuff. So, you know, I don't think they actually had to sue them. They just mentioned that we're going to court over this, and they decided to keep it out of court. So, Boomer Rock, how are you doing? Nice to have you here. So, 802 Vids, good morning. Nice to have you here. Oh, it's called Work Dodge City. There you go. Yeah, the rules have changed again. Uh, what are you getting an inspection on there, Boomer? No. Lulu, love you. Good morning. You're looking lovely as ever. Nice to have you here. All American Grandpa, how are you doing? Good morning, sir. How are you? Nice to have you here. Section 8, okay. You're welcome, Lulu. And thank you. Hey, Junkyard, take a picture of that sticker and email it to my uh, Gmail account so I can see what it looks like, because you said you can barely see the iron dog on it. By the way, did you get the video I sent you there yesterday, Bobby and Junkyard? On Facebook? Um, Hold on a minute. The hoodie is $20. The Hanes tagless T-shirt is $10.50. Stickers are $2. The Gideon or Gildan long sleeve T-shirt is $13.50. Unisex tank tops, that's for men or female, is $13 and the coffee cup is $8. Okay, there's the coffee cup. $8. That's the hoodie. Gildan 8-ounce heavy blend hoodie, $20. Hanes tagless t-shirt, $10.50. The Iron Dog sticker, $2. That's exactly what they cost. This long sleeve t-shirt, $13.50. The unisex tank top, $13. And the coffee cup is $8. You get the coffee cup in white and gray. Tank tops, you can get it in pink, white, or gray. T-shirts, white or gray. And I already showed the coffee cups. That's what you can get them at. No. $20 is a good deal. $2 is a good deal on a sticker. The sticker looks great there, but you have to ask Junkyard how it looks because he bought one. So, are you still here, Junkyard? How you doing, Heart of Comedy? Nice to have you here. Okay, there, Grizz. Hold on a second. What would you like to see again? Okay. Here is that is the hoodie. It's $20. And you can get them pink, white, and gray. That's a t-shirt. You can get them pink or in white and a light gray. The sticker just comes in black. The long sleeve shirt comes in white, black, and a light gray. Same way with the unisex, comes in white or light gray. And the coffee cup comes in a white or a dark gray. No, that's keep you. That's just to get a hold of the company to set your thing up. It's a good link. Well, you can go to this link if you want to right here. This is the link to buy the stuff, my stuff, right here. Yeah, I showed you the cup. Go to that link right there, and then go to the HQ, the one I just posted, looking out for, and then go from there. But it's teespring.com. So. All right there, Bobby. Have a good one, man. But that's I don't just a couple of cents on it, Bama, just a few cents, and I'm not even getting the money. I'm giving it to charity. It's like on the hoodie, I think I get like 26 cents, maybe. I can't remember. And then on the coffee cup, I don't get anything. I'm selling to you exactly what they're charging me to make it. So, Cerebral Killer, how are you doing? Nice to have you here. I seen that name and I looked at it and actually, have you thought of the word cerebral assassin? That's what they used to call Triple H on wrestling, cerebral assassin. So, but cerebral killer, that's the first thing I thought of when I seen your name was cerebral assassin. So. Yeah, you don't have to order stuff. You don't have to order any of these. A person goes in, orders it, okay. They make it and they ship it. That's it. If you say you want $12 for that coffee cup, somebody buys it for $12 and then they pay the $2.50 shipping, you'll get $4 for that coffee cup and they get the 8. But see, I don't charge nothing. I just want to see someday walking down the street, somebody wearing an Iron Dog 63 shirt.
I'm only wearing it because of
my wife's going to be wearing the hoodie here shortly because it's starting to get cold. Not to support me, but just because it's warm. So
right.
I think I'm gonna maybe next month I'll order her a pink one and a white one, so she'll have 2 or 3 of them.
We get the job?
Yeah. So.
I don't.
Yeah. Actually, Alexander Smith, he's the one that bought these. He put the money in my PayPal account and said, "Hey, I don't want one, but I want you guys to have them." So he bought them, and I got a shirt for myself. I got a hoodie for the wife, and I ordered a coffee cup. So And thanks, Alexander. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Thank you so much for it. I appreciate it. But I'm going to get her, I think what do you want, a white one or a pink one, honey? I think I actually am going to get the long sleeves t-shirt. I think that'll be good for the fall. So. Too bad they didn't come with pockets on the t-shirts, but you know, it is what it is. Now I got you thinking, don't I, Cerebral? They probably did, Junkyard. Now, Junkyard, now that I have your attention, you did buy a sticker, right? Now, does that sticker look like the sticker that was posted, or does it, or can you barely see it? You know what's going to happen, don't you? Cerebral will be changing his name to Cerebral Assassin here shortly. So. Well, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. Yeah, so yeah, that's what gets me. I think they used the wrong color red, or they didn't mix the color red right, or whatever, because it doesn't look like it does on the picture, does it? So um, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to put the sweatshirt down, and I'm going to put the t-shirt down right alongside it, half and half, so they can see the difference and the coffee cup of the color. So. Well, maybe I can go back in and change the stickers. I don't know. I have to look at that. It's so hard, it's so confusing to navigate through their website. Uh, so. Either that or it needs to be a white cup. So. Yeah, because it doesn't show up right, and it's not that way on the when you look at that picture, it's not that way. It looks bright. That's the reason why I said, man, that's a killer looking cup. But when you get it, it doesn't look that way. The cup doesn't work good. I know it's too small, isn't it? 11 ounces, but it does make a good pencil holder. But it's only 11-ounce cup. So. I wish they had bigger cups, because if they did, I wouldn't even offer it in an 11-ounce cup. I'd offer it in the 16 or the 18-ounce cup, but they don't even have them size cups. It does work good, yeah. It's just small. So you drink your coffee like this with one pinky up. So. Now the hoodie turned out great. The hoodie turned out great with the color, but the T-shirt and the sticker and the coffee cup didn't for some reason, and I think they used a different batch of ink. So. It works great, yeah. All right, Bama, you have yourself a great nap. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. You like the black cup for coffee? Yeah. Love and hugs to you too there, Bama. Well, see, I could only do it in one color. Um, and the color I chose was red because it looked so good on the, on the cup and everything. I could have done it in white, but then if you picked up, a white cup, then it wouldn't show up. So, or even the gray cup, it probably wouldn't show up so great, or a pink cup. But the reason why I did the red is because it looks so damn good on everything. When I picked on a T-shirt, and showed different colors, it looks so good on everything. But for some reason, this color doesn't work. So. Yep, goes clean through. From the front to the back. Or not from the front to the back, all the way across the front. You don't have to wash a black cup, yeah. Gets that patina, you're right. Somebody used to tell a guy I used to work with never used to wash his cup. He'd rinse it, but it wouldn't wash it. I said, man, that cup's looking nasty. He said, that's giving it character. Yeah, hell yeah. What it's giving you is something you might not be able to get rid of. But I always, every day when I do dishes, I wash all my coffee cups and I wash them in bleach water. So I have no problem with patina or character, as you would say, or patina. But you find out, like I tell everybody, you find out if you wash with dishwashing soap, and because I hand wash, we don't have a dishwasher here, so I hand wash. But I hand wash with dishwashing soap, or Dawn, and I use a little bit of bleach in the water, and I wash my dishes. I let them soak for a couple of minutes, and then I wash them, and I put in more and let them soak, and I wash them. You find out that you don't get sick as often. You don't get the common cold or the flu or whatever as much as you would if you don't. That's the way I feel about it. So I am looking for a dishwasher. You have to change the water. That's funny, Junkyard. Um, I am looking for a dishwasher. I want one specifically, just for the hot dog pans and stuff like that, because that's a lot of scrubbing, and I could actually put them in the dishwasher, run them through a cycle, and be done with it. So, you're welcome, Michelle. So, I found there's a guy I'm looking at on marketplace and stuff for one, because I don't want a new one. I just want to use one because I really don't have a place for a dishwasher. Um, in fact, this one will probably sit outside in the garage, and then I'll use it outside. I got a drain out by the edge of the garage, um, and I'll just use it there. I'll plug it in, run a garden hose to it, and wash the pots and pans from the outside and run it into the drain that way. Because like I said, we don't have a room in our kitchen for a portable dishwasher. I don't have a room to store one. So, in the way my kitchen's set up, um, the dishwasher either has to set in the kitchen or set in the dining room, because it can't set in the back room because um, the space between the counter and another counter isn't big enough to fit any appliance through. So anything that has to come into the kitchen comes through the front door, all the way through the living room, the dining room, and into the kitchen. And it has to be taken out the same way because I got like a 10-foot long kitchen counter there, and it's rounded off. And the way they build it is the kitchen counter is here, and then there's a counter right here. And you walk through that area, and if you walk straight back, there's a bathroom. And if you walk this way, behind the counter is the stairs going down to the basement. But there's only like 28 or 29 inches between the two counters. So, I mean, it's enough room to get through, but it's not enough room to get an appliance. Hey, I love the smell of fresh clothes on a clothesline. They smell better, they feel softer. Unless you're in China. Then once you get it, you have to shake the smog off them. You know, I remember back in this, when I was a kid, that's all we used was a clothesline. During the summer, we used the clothesline. And we had a clothesline that was probably 50 feet long, had 4 lines on it because there were so many kids there at the house, and they hung up clothes. During the winter, my mom would use a dryer. During the summer, it was clothesline, or actually spring, summer, and fall. The only time she didn't hang them out was during the winter. They still dry out there in the winter, but trust me, you don't want to put on a pair of skivvies fresh from outside during the winter. Even Chinese clothes do better, huh? Yeah, get as big a size. I think they can get 3 or 4X. So get as big as you need. Now the price does go up a little bit the higher the size is. I think after like a 3X, it does go up $1 or $2 or something like that. But basically for your small, medium, large, and extra large, it's the same price. Yeah, them Chinese clothes, they will do better, won't they, Junkyard? As soon as you shake the smog off them. How do you get them so clean? Ancient Chinese secret. We need more Calgon. Or whatever that used to be, cheer or whatever. Oh, temperature. So has anybody heard of what the crazy kids are doing nowadays? I mean, they used to lick toilet seats, eat urinal cakes, and then eat Tide Pods. What are they doing now? I haven't heard, so I don't know whether they're into something new now or not. I figured probably the next step would try to be biting off hubcaps off of moving cars. So I didn't know. I don't know what the price is. You have to check it out there, Michelle. When you go in and you order it, it'll tell you what the 2XL price is. And it doesn't charge you until you actually, give you your, you submit it and everything. So you can go in and check the price. Um, Hold on a second. The 2XL price is $22. So, $22 plus your shipping and handling. I believe it's $250 to ship it or something like that. I ain't for sure on the shipping. But I do think, I ain't for sure, but I think if you buy over $50 worth of stuff, I think it's free shipping. Don't quote me on that. You have to check, but I think it was free shipping at over $50. So. No, no, nope. They just want to know how many. They want to know what your projection is, and so you don't have to sell 50. Nope. They only print them when they are sold. So no. They don't print up 50 of them and then sell them. They only sell one at a time. If I went in and bought one, and that was the only one that was bought, that's it. It's all done on graphic design. It's all computerized. So it doesn't, all they do is they punch in my program, and bam, it's done. Same way with the T-shirt. They punch in my program, put the T-shirt down there, wham, it's done. Coffee cup, whatever. So they can print one or they can print 500 at a time. It doesn't matter. Hey everybody, I'm going to be out of here at 9:30, another 4 minutes. So, but if you want to, go ahead and check my Teespring out. I'm not, like I said, I don't make nothing off it. And Grizz can tell you by looking at the prices, I'm not making nothing on them. You go in there, you don't make nothing. I mean, I don't make nothing. Yeah, tonight is Thursday, so tonight at 8 o'clock, I'll have a Thursday night chat. So, thank you, honey, for reminding me. Kelly Paulson, how are you doing? Yeah, she'd hate for me to forget. Nice to have you here. How's your husband doing? I'm doing better every day, I guess. I'm getting better. So. Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you. So, but remember tonight, You know, if you guys want to stop on by, I'll be here at 8 o'clock. I appreciate y'all for being here. I really do. I enjoy the time we get to spend together. I absolutely enjoy the time we get to spend together. I love your comments, your laughter, your jokes, whatever. I find it funny. Find it invigorating, intellectually stimulating, and I enjoy I just enjoy the time we have together. So, tonight's tonight. That's right. What's tonight? Tonight's Thursday night. Yeah. But here it is. You all have a great day. Have a good day. Have a great day. Prayers and peace to you all. God bless you all. Stay safe. Like I said, I do appreciate you all being here. I really do. It's kind of neat. I've never actually met any one of you in person, but I feel like I've known you for years, most of you. No, they don't. I don't want none of that. It's just something I want to see somebody, walking down the street with it. I think that would be just as cool as anything else. So y'all have a great day. God bless to y'all. And we will see you tonight at 8 o'clock if you want to be there. Just a Thursday night chat. So take care, and we'll see you later. Goodbye, everybody.